Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to come listen to me talk to you about a very important subject that I really feel is important to get across to you all. I know how much time is very, very important and you can't buy it back. So on that note, let's get started, okay? I'm Steve Soyden. I'm a representative of Heritage Plumbing and Heating, and I'm here today to talk to you about carbon monoxide detectors, carbon monoxide itself, and how important it is for you to be aware that it could be in your home. I'll be talking about common sources, common symptoms that carbon monoxide could give you. I'm also going to be talking about proper placement, safe and unsafe levels of carbon monoxide that is only allowed for exposure for the human body. I'm going to talk about how it affects the human body. And I'm also going to talk to you today about the differences between a professional carbon monoxide detector and the ones you can get at your local home center like the Home Depots, the Lowe's, Ace Hardwares, and the department stores. Okay, carbon monoxide, it's a silent killer. You can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't see it. You won't even know it's there. That's why you need a carbon monoxide detector. What it does, if you have carbon monoxide in your home, it will compete with the oxygen that's in your red blood cells. So the more carbon monoxide that's in your home, the more it's going to squeeze out the oxygen in your red blood cells, therefore limiting the oxygen to your heart, your vital organs. And the more you have in the air, the more it's going to do this, which will result in some severe complications for you and or death. So it's a pretty serious thing here. So how many here have carbon monoxide detectors in their home? Good, good. Now, how many of you guys check them every week? Press the test button. Oh, that's not too good. That's not too good. Carbon monoxide detectors have to be tested every week to make sure that they're functioning and they're going to work when they need to work. So, all right, let's get started. We'll move on to the common sources that we have here. So, common sources of carbon monoxide detectors in your home. Well, anyone who has an oil or a gas furnace, a boiler or a water heater is susceptible to having carbon monoxide being escaped into their home. The same thing with an idling automobile, wood stoves, portable generators, kerosene heaters, gas-powered tools, believe it or not, even though you're outside with adequate ventilation, there's only a safe level that you could withstand to breathe in those gases, even though outside, and we'll get to that a little later. And believe it or not, cigarette smoke also contains carbon monoxide. So if at parties, nightclubs, or just hanging out with friends and family in the home, if there's a lot of smoke in the air, believe it or not, that could put you at a dangerous level of being exposed to carbon monoxide. So you please be aware of that. Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. Well, there's three levels of exposure, and we're going to get into them right now. It's going to be the low, the high, and the crisis. Now, a low-level exposure is anything less than 35 pounds per million in the air, which means if you have this in the air, the carbon monoxide, it could possibly give you like flu-like symptoms. It could possibly give you, a bad case of food poisoning type symptom where you would think other things other than you think you'd have carbon monoxide poisoning. At the higher level, more than 35 but less than 70, you're going to get severe throbbing headaches, you're going to get drowsiness, confusion, feeling fatigued. All these things could be, having a hard day at work. You would not know the difference because you would just think you had a hard day at work. Now, when you get anything more than 70 pounds per million, now you're at a crisis level exposure where it's really serious. Unconsciousness, convulsions, respiratory arrest, and or death, which is very, very severe. But please keep in mind these numbers here because they're going to be very important to the chart I flip over. 35, 35 less than 70, and 70. Just pay attention to those numbers, please. Okay, carbon monoxide. What are safe levels and what are unsafe levels of carbon monoxide in the air for us? Well, 9 parts per million in the living space, inside or outside, is all we can handle. That's a safe level that really doesn't affect you. Now, when you get to 15 to 30, this is already the first level reported to cause harmful effects. Now, when you get above 30, 50 is the max allowed that you can handle in an 8-hour period for a healthy adult. This does not include children, the elderly, or the adults that have breathing problems like asthma, bronchitis, or if they got diseases or they're just sick all the time. This they will not be able to handle, and these levels here can definitely be harmful for children, elderly, and the sick. Now, 70 parts per million is all the home centers are called a UL alarm. They have to go off. That means there is an unsafe level in the house, and those alarms must go off to alarm you because you have harmful levels of carbon monoxide in your home. When you get up to the 200 pounds, your headaches are going to increase. You're going to be more tired. Exposures over 2 to 3 levels is going to put you more at risk of becoming severely affected, by the carbon monoxide. And when you get into above 400 pounds per million, it's really life-threatening. Exposure within 1 to 2 hours could result in some serious consequences and death. So very serious here, very serious stuff, and you should really have a carbon monoxide detector in your home. Okay, so carbon monoxide detectors, like I said, I was going to talk to you about. There's pretty much several brands out there. There's the professional grade, which is the NSI 3000, which costs $175, which is substantially more than what you would get at your local home center. First Alert, Nighthawk, American Sensor, and the famous Kitty brand. Those are all brands that you'll find at your local home centers. But I want you to know that there is a big difference, even though that this one costs a lot more, and then you can save anywhere from $80 to $145 here. I want you to know there's a difference. So it's kind of like that old saying, you get what you paid for. And we're going to go into that right now. The NSI 3000 detects as low as 15 pounds per million. All the other brands, the home centers, will only detect as low as 70. Now, if we switch back to refresh your memory on my chart, 9 is a safe level. 15 to 30 is where the first levels that could cause harmful effects happen, and the NSI 3000 detects as low as 15. The home center brands only detect to 70. So you're already exposing you and your family to harmful levels if you just go with the home center ones. Now, proper placement of the carbon monoxide detector. How many of them have the carbon monoxide detectors, plugged in at home? Okay, well, carbon monoxide is lighter than air, so therefore it rises. So the actual level that those carbon monoxide should be is right at your eyesight level. This is where the carbon monoxide is going to be in your home. If it's down low, the monitor is not going to do you or your family any good. So if you stay with the home centers, you're going to have to get a licensed electrician to wire you in a plug outlet so it'll be properly mounted so it can detect those levels. But if you go with the NSI 3000, they're battery operated, they're portable, they have a mount that you can mount them anywhere you want, so it's a safe level, to protect you and your family. All right, so saving $85 to $105 worth of risk. I would hope it wouldn't be worth the risk for you and your family to go with those levels. So, what's your decision? Are you going to save money and stick with the home centers, or are you just going to pay the extra and protect your family with a quality carbon monoxide detector? Well, please, I would hope you would think protecting your family would be better than saving money. I know $175 a piece for those things seems a little high, but if you think of what they really do for you and your family, it's money well spent for protection. If you need any more information, or if you need any more product information about them, or just general information of what I talked about, here's my information with my phone number and the NSI 3000 website that is down here below. Just keep in mind that carbon monoxide is something we really don't think about every day with life. You're busy, work, the kids, everything. It's something that you don't think about. So please, if anything, please just take a few moments when you go home today to really think about it. Check the ones you have. And the other thing I got to throw out there is carbon monoxide detectors only last 5 years. After 5 years, you should throw them away and get yourself a brand new one. So keep that in mind. Well, here's my information, and like I said, I'm here for a little bit later after. If anyone gets a hold of me, that's fine. So again, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We're running out of time. But thank you guys, and I hope I was able to enlighten you on carbon monoxide today. Thank you.